Okay, we are live. Welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You, Apocalypse World,
You
Damn
liar.
Spirits. What?
You liar. This is
I'm
fucking Apocalypse World. Look at the
not
world
trying
through
to kill you.
crosshairs.
I'm trying to let you kill yourselves.
That's fair. That's fair.
We're
It's a
on.
strong, it's like almost a Monster Hearts move, and I respect that.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. I'm here to kill NPCs. That's who my crosshairs are aimed at.
That's true.
Um, Um, but we're on week 4, and we left on a. Oh, do the nameplates need updating on? They do. Oh, god damn it! Thank you. Uh, yeah, Emily is not Tiara. Emily is Emily. Introduce yourself. What are your pronouns? Who are you? What do you do?
Sure. Hi, I'm Emily. My pronouns are she, hers. I'm a filmmaker and artist, and sometimes I make art for games. Yeah, that's it. I'm at Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Blackwall Says. I might even tweet stuff during this session because sometimes people say fantastic things and they have to be immortalized on social media. Immortalized.
Awesome.
Nothing lasts forever, Em.
No, exactly. At some point, Twitter will cease to exist, and then so will the meaning of my life.
I thought dark.
Sorry. I have a Twitter problem. I like. Oh gosh, that's not right. Luke, who are you? What are your pronouns? What do you do?
Hello, I am Luke. They, them pronouns, please. I am a professional GM for children in my day job. And then the rest of the time, I design games. I published a game about a month ago. It's called Across the Endless Sea. It's pretty great.
We played on here.
I'm working on it. Yeah, we played it on here. It was awesome. Go check that out. Later, watch us now. I am working on a couple of other games. I'm increasingly streaming a bunch of that game design process. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. Awesome. And Jimmy, you're in last place today. Tell us about yourself. Who you are? What are your pronouns?
Sup, I'm Jimmy. He, his pronouns, please. I'm a comic. I've done some reality TV and some games journalism. Right now, I'm running my own business where I will come to you and run games. GM for hire. That's G for golf, M for Mike, for hire.com.au. Yeah, I'm just a big nerd. It's what I do. I nerd out.
And you're also getting over a cold, poor Bubba.
Yeah, look, I am beyond the need for sympathy. He says as he coughs off screen.
Oh
Oh,
no!
all right.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Keep it together.
Cool. And I'm your MC Ash, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. Now I just want to go over our red card or X card policy because it's been a break. So we're all adults. We're here to like have a nice time together, tell a story, all those sorts of things. We're not here to put the game or the story we're telling before the people that we're here to play with. So if anyone's feeling uncomfortable and needs us to just tap out of some content, what we'll get you to do is either say red card or X card, or if you're having trouble with words, put your hand up to the camera, and then we'll know that it's like that. We need to just draw this into a like just cut the scene. We'll redact anything that's happened. We'll just fast forward on to the next thing that's going on. And we won't ask you anything about that other than maybe what is it you'd like us to avoid coming into contact with in future. So that's how we handle that. Otherwise, I think we are in a pretty like intense situation, but we did have 3 days there before we like had our hard cut for last week. So who wants to give me a quick brief recap over last week?
Oi, oi.
Uh, well,
Yeah.
Sunrise, Sunrise and Mito had words. lots of words. Um, Vito was quite annoyed about wolves being brought into their studio, um, which seemed to anger Sunrise. But they managed to work through it together and have come up with the world's most awful plan to rip off the man.
I think you'll find it's the world's best plan. It's a great plan.
I think that very much depends on how it turns out.
We'll find out.
Guess so.
Maybe we should discuss, go in, maybe, Emily, if you want to explain what the plan is.
Sure. So I think that the main part is that we're all kind of splitting up a little bit, splitting the party. But then you do that all the time in Apocalypse World, it seems. So Give is going to, or has, I believe, snuck in into Paradise via their weird accessibility tunnels, and I believe Sunrise is to set up outside somewhere with in prime sniping position, such as to watch the happenings and shoot some faces if need be. Meanwhile, Mito is to be located at the radio studio, doing kind of like one-way walkie-talkie with Give through their radio that only speaks to them. And the hope is that Give can find out something about... did we go with the option of Give is trying to find out something about where some fuel may be transported so that we can intercept it? Yeah, cool. Just checking I remembered that correctly.
Yep.
Yes,
That's
remember
the
the
plan.
mission. You cannot
exactly.
forget the mission.
What am I in here for again?
Though like that said, I do think the plan also just includes a clause that's like, look, if there's just a golden opportunity right now just to take it, like fuck it.
Yeah.
Right? Like if the ripe opening just opens up to like kill the man and take all the petrol, fucking like we're not gonna just
Go
pass
for
that up, right?
Yeah, cool.
Sometimes you gotta go big or go home.
I really like the idea of like Give returning with like a single jerry can being like, I got all the petrol.
I got all the petrol, yeah.
Oh,
Proud of you, kiddo.
Cool. All right. So I'm gonna make you roll start of session moves for the 3 days that we spent in setup.
Ash, highlights.
Oh, highlights.
Start of session.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. That's fair.
That's a thing, I guess.
I guess so. I don't know. Experience is a thing that you guys want, not a thing I care about. Give. Who do you know best?
Who do I know best? I know... in a second. I know... Sunrise best.
Cool. Sunrise. What are you highlighting for Give?
How close are you to leveling up?
I've literally just leveled and am taking a new improvement now.
Can I ask what it is before I make this decision? Because I have some, like, complicated algebra going on.
It's things speak.
Alright, I want to highlight weird. I want to see some things speaking and some brains opened. Yours or other people's. I'm not picky.
Also, I need to have like a really convenient way to get the PDF open, because I always end up going back to that Twitter conversation wherein you linked it, Ash, ages and ages ago, and then trying to find it. So
Oh yeah.
it's
You
not
could
efficient
save it to
at
the
all.
like desktop.
I should do that. I haven't done that yet.
You should do that.
How easy
Emily-
is it for you to resend me the link?
I can do that right now in a second when we're doing like in a second. But I'm highlighting your hot.
Okay. All right. Cool.
In the meantime, Luke, who do you know best?
Yes. Let me have a look. Sunrise knows knows give best.
Okie dokie. I think I'm definitely going to highlight your sharp.
Yep.
I'm highlighting your hard, Luke.
Yep. I'll take it.
Cool. And Mito Bright Eyes Armstrong, who do you know best?
I know give best.
Give. What are you highlighting for Mito?
For Mito, I think I'm going to highlight your cool. Yeah, cool.
Excellent.
Cool.
Great. For Mito Bright Eyes Armstrong, I'm gonna highlight. Where are you on this map? What does that look like?
On the
Yeah, I'm just looking
On
at
the-
where you are.
I'm at the radio tower.
Yeah. I'm gonna highlight your hard as well.
Yep. Cool.
I can see how that might work. Cool. All right. So let's do our downtime moves, our lifestyle costs, our start of session moves. Because we did have 3 days in the middle there.
Yep.
Emily,
Sorry?
do you want to do your start of session
Lifestyle?
move?
Yeah. So I have the feral thing. So
Oh, what
in
does that give you?
session, you can choose to spend 0 barter for the equivalent of a 1 barter lifestyle. You can survive happily on whatever you can find. So do I still make the move, or do I not?
Let me have a look at your specific one. Oops, sorry.
I mean, from memory, the move doesn't actually include dice. It's just spend, and if you can't,
Yeah.
mechanics.
No, you don't roll.
Okay. All right.
I just want to see what your one is. Where is it? Child thing. Feral. At the beginning of the session, you can choose to spend 0 barter for the equivalent of a 1 barter lifestyle. You can survive happily and whatever. Yeah, right. So you don't do shit. Right. Cool. Excellent. That means Luke, Sunrise needs to do some stuff.
I'm a spend a barter.
Yep. Cool. Easy. Not a problem.
Like that's.
Yeah. And
Also, while we're discussing the passage of those 3 days,
yeah, I wanna like let's
how are we treating harm acquired through deprivation in terms of the healing of that harm?
Yeah. So the way that
Because
my interpretation
rules,
my interpretation of
Yep.
the way that the deharm rules are listed is that you get the deprivation effects, the narrative ones,
Yep.
narratively, right? The
Yeah.
actual harm
and they
you
go away
suffer-
when
the actual
when it
harm
makes
you
sense.
suffer is things like organ damage you might be taking, or frostbite,
Yeah.
or things like that, right? So that's long-term effect.
Yep.
That is a result, right? You can stop
Yep.
shivering and stop feeling nauseous. That's fine. Like as soon as you're out of
Yeah.
the situation, but
the toll on your body hangs on.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah. So that's the way that I'm treating that. Is I'm happy for you to not be
Cool.
having those narrative effects. But if you want to deal with the fact that your liver half froze, that's a different story.
Yeah, then we gotta go talk to mild buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like I said, he is effectively capable of doing the recovery over time for things that shouldn't be able to recover over time, right? But it is still time passing.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So that's how Tau works mechanically. Is Tau can change the time healing mechanics. Cool. Mito, I'm looking at the news and I'm feeling like you've got to pay me some cash.
Yeah.
Your face.
I mean,
that.
that's why we're doing this whole fucking heist anyway,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
this Mito's broke.
Mito ain't got no money.
I mean, look, Mito, I won't pay for the radio tower. I don't have enough left.
Yep.
I am willing to cover you, so that we can then make a bunch of money by fucking up the man. Like, if you don't have the barter, I have the barter, and I will pay your way, because I am aware of the mechanics that activate if you don't have it, and they're not good.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
I have 0 barter, and I need 2. The station is in considerably less good shape than I am in.
I mean, here's a fun thing, right?
Haven't we?
What if you just
didn't
take
we
the
say
money
basic?
that he says what if you take what if Mito takes the money that Sunrise says this is for food, and then uses it on the station and doesn't eat?
Yeah, that's sort
Didn't
of what
we-
I'm.
Didn't we settle on, though? Like, my memory is that the station is stabilized.
I mean, it is
Like,
Yes.
it's stabilized at 9 o'clock. It's not going to
Yeah.
get worse. We just need to, like, get it alive. again.
So that was 3 days ago, and I have no
That's
idea
a fair
how
point. That's a fair
generous
point. That's
Ash
a
is
fair
feeling.
point. I mean,
2,
the radio station is basically an NPC, so probably not very.
2, if I'm going to do some broadcasting and send one-way communications out, the station needs to be more alive than I
up and
do.
running. Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm going to take your
That's fair.
food money. I'm going to take my food
Alright.
money and spend it on the station. And
Alright.
I assume that means that I'm
God
going
help
to... Something
you.
nasty is going to happen
God
to me.
help you, Mito. Oh boy.
So it's just...
Good luck. Good luck.
Hey, Mito, what did you eat that you
Uh-oh.
really, really shouldn't have?
What did I eat that I really shouldn't have?
Like,
Well,
you found
look.
it. It looked like it was edible, kinda, ish.
Well, look, I was raised pretty, like, I know that tinned food is normally pretty good, right? Tinned chicken, probably not so much, particularly when the tin's been open for a bit. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have eaten that tin chicken.
Okay,
That
so yeah,
was a little-
like,
oh.
yeah. Here's the thing about that, right? Like, you're pretty sure that whatever tinned chicken you were eating, it shouldn't have tried to move in your mouth when you were eating it. But, like, I mean, like,
That's
it's food. I mean, you're already eating it. What's the, like, how much worse could it get? So I think, yeah, we have this like scene of like you with like a spoon and a tin shoveling something that's not the right color into your mouth, and then like dry heaving and then trying some more.
I'm trying to eat here, Ash.
Right. I was doing the GM prep stream before, and I was being very specifically trying not to be too spooky because like there were people who were like tuned in where it was like nighttime, and I was like, I don't want to give you nightmares.
Yeah.
Aww.
You're a softy at heart.
I know, right? I'm a lovely person. Give
Yeah.
yeah, tell me about the opening of your like where does your opening come out? Your tunnel.
Well, I think that we closed on a shot of Give coming out of a tunnel that was like attached to like an air vent that came out sort of up high in the kind of like main atrium of the Paradise Mall, where there was a big dead tree and a big glass ceiling, and it was all really echoey and had all these sort of like abandoned shops or whatever. So I think the tunnel like comes out, like I'm imagining it as like a vent that is sort of above where like the level that there would be sort of above like the
Right, so
door
it's actually quite
height.
high. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd have to, it'd be one of those grates that you have to like push out
Mm-hmm.
and then like drop down from.
Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, like, it's echoey, and you can, like, you can, like, hear the space being empty in a long direction, like, long ways either ways, and then I think you hear a door open, and you hear, like, heavy boots in unison, like, walking along these, like, these polished tiles. And, like, yeah, like, you're guessing probably two people. Yeah, walking around in here somewhere. Yeah, and in like perfect unison.
That's creepy. People walking in perfect unison is always creepy. Okay, so I can hear them, and presumably I'm still like sort of hearing out of my little grate or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't kind of get a read on which direction they're in, probably from inside the grate.
No, especially not
Feel
considering how
echoey.
echoey it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to try and risk it to like open the grate a little bit and peer out, and hope that they're not. I'll try and listen to make sure that they're not near, but I won't be able to tell what direction they are in.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna
I mean,
try
like,
that.
if you open the grate and peer out, I think you see, like heading down the corridor in your general direction, two people in like white polo shirts, khakis, heavy, like I think they're probably like Doc Martens or something, and then with assault rifles like slung over their shoulders, marching perfectly together, and like. They're not slung over their shoulders. They're holding them, right, and they're patrolling down this way, and yeah, like marching with like military precision.
Okay.
And yeah, as you're like looking at them, you realize that they're scanning this hallway, and like they leave no footprints. They are like, yeah, they are being like really really like precise.
Yeah, because I wanted to know sort of what kind of state the inside of this place is in. Like, does it look, dusty, broken? Is there like shit everywhere, or is it like really clean or
Really clean.
really?
You can tell that the like the dome above you, like it clearly like had like all of the glass broken out of it, and then like and then like I think it's probably like some kind of industrial cling film has been like wrapped over the top of it.
Weird.
Yeah. But like all of the inside is like perfectly swept and like mopped. Yeah, it's super
And what
shiny
about
in
the
here.
shops? The shops that would have been
All
there.
of the shops have roller doors closed down on them.
Okay.
And you can see that
Yeah.
like I think like the only imperfection you can see is that like some of the areas where they've painted over whatever was on those roller doors have not used exactly the same shade of paint.
Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, as soon as I sort of see them, I will like, get back in and sort of close up the grate. I'm going to try and listen to see where they move to, and just sort of wait a minute.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Yeah, I think they walk past you and they head down towards the they head down towards like the other end of the thing where there is the like a big like door, like a big double door with it's probably like multiple double doors on like an entranceway. And they go and like just stand there for a moment and like and while they're standing there, I think one of them like idly like chatters with the other, and they're like just talking about like gosh, where's my name list?
Kettle?
No, it's no. So I think that
It's always the one my brain goes to.
Kettle.
Yeah, it's always Kettle or Doghead. It's just
Oh
always...
yeah, right, yeah. No, I had a name for this person. I just bring up my list.
also, while I'm thinking of it, I feel like Tao gave me some kind of specific advice about like the dangers of this place, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I don't know if anyone else can help me with that. Like, I think I vaguely remember it being something along the lines of like that the place or the man or the people in the place or something about it can be really kind of like mind fucky and like sort of seductive or like compulsive or something.
That sounds familiar. I can't give you anything more familiar than that, but I'm like, yeah.
I think
I
he
do
was pretty
remember
vague
that
about
happening.
I remember. I remember. Yeah, like.
Yeah, they definitely like you definitely wanted to not like listen to their lies was definitely a thing.
Okay.
That was what he was saying.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah. So they're like, the two of them like stop and like one of them starts complaining about someone called Tinny being a hard ass and like saying like like he's like, oh look, I'm a professional, I know what I'm doing, I don't need to be rapped about whether or not my shoelaces are tied. It's like we've been here I've been here for 10 years. I just think I probably deserve a bit more respect from that by now. And the woman that he's like speaking to is like listen, Tini's got a lot of stress on her, and she's going to make sure that everything here at the moment is working smoothly. If you're not going to keep up appearances, then when we have people coming in here, they're not going to take us seriously, and then we're going to have an issue. And yeah, this little banter goes back and forth with about this person who is obviously like, yeah, some kind of leader or boss of some kind. Yeah, and then I think like they stand there for a bit, and then they're like, like turn around and like go and like check the other side, right? Like just they're going and standing and spending like 5 minutes, at each end of the thing. It's not like an actually very like useful military procedure, but it's one that like, they're very precisely timed, right? They're keeping their timing.
So, I think that we discussed when we were making this plan that in order to find out really useful things, I probably need to try and pretend at some point that I'm there to get a job, but not look like myself. So I could just sort of like barrel out of here and be like, help, I'm a child, I'm lost. But I think I'm going to try and like sneak past these guards and find someone less military to introduce myself to. Maybe like more of a, I don't know, some kind of worker who's doing organization rather than shooting.
What time of day do you think it is?
I sort of felt like it was like late afternoon. But
Sure.
I feel like we wouldn't want it to be like too late though, because
okay.
like shooting over long distance once like darkness starts to fall.
True. Okay, well maybe it's pretty
And
early
like
then.
Mito's ability to keep track of us from the tower, like
All right.
we
yeah,
want
maybe
sunlight
we'll do this
on our
earlier
side.
then. Okay.
We want the
So-
sunrise.
Let's say it's like 10 or something.
So, what does it look like as you're getting out of here?
Well, so yeah, I'll wait until. Do they go eventually, or do they just hang around where they are?
I think they probably do like several of these loops and then head back through that door.
Okay. Well, as soon as I hear them go back through the door, I will open the grate as carefully as I can, trying not to make too much noise, and then I will drop down, and also attempt not to injure my legs. It's hopefully not like, I think I sort of like climb out and I'll do that thing where I'll like, hold on to the edge and then drop.
Yeah.
Because then there's
Aw.
not quite so far to fall down.
What are you doing after you after you drop?
So now I can sort of see a bit more.
Tell me what your
Like
plan is,
down-
and I'll make this all into one roll, right? Like it's all one.
Sure.
It's all one act under fire, right? Like the
Sure.
fire being the guys
Yep.
potentially returning, the two of them potentially
Okay.
returning.
So I'm looking for. I have in my mind, and I don't know if this is correct, but I have in my mind that there might be in here some kind of workers or slaves or you know,
Yeah, volunteers or slaves, you know,
volunteers,
something in
yeah.
that spectrum.
People who are like not of a military background, who might just be doing kind of manual labor stuff.
Yep.
So I'd like to try and find anywhere that looks like a factory type thing, or a sorting room, or anything like that, where there'd be some non-gun wielding people.
All right, so you're gonna go looking around, trying to avoid being found.
Yes.
Cool. That's act under fire.
Cool. All right. Okay.
Come on.
Come on.
Partial success. Cool.
Partial success. All right. 8. Yeah.
There is a level below this. So this is a 2-story thing, right? No, so it's a level above or a level below. No, I like the idea that it's a level below, and the reason that that this tree died is because they tried to have a giant gum tree on the second level of a shopping center.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a level below where you are, and I think you can. I think when you're down and out of the sounds of the air vent, you can hear that down in the below behind some of those roller doors, you can hear the sounds of some kind of busy work happening, and probably some kind of talking, but you can also see that the only ways down here are some escalators that have big they're now stairs, obviously, but they have big gates attached to them. So if you're going to want to get down there, it's going to be pretty tricky. And I'm feeling like your 8 is probably related to that. So tell me, what is? I feel do you hurt yourself, or do you lose some physical thing that you have with you, or do you make yourself heard? What is it that that you struggle with to get down this locked off escalator?
Down a locked off escalator. I feel like you said there are gates, sort of temporary.
I mean, it's not temporary anymore.
Oh, okay, not anymore. Right.
It might have been a temporary
but
thing.
But it's not an original fixture, yeah.
No, yeah, it's been added in. But very neatly.
Okay. Interesting. Why did they put so much effort in?
They did a special renovation episode. It was great.
Better homes and escalators.
Oscorp intensifies.
I feel like it makes most sense that I either make noise or hurt myself.
Mm-hmm. Or both.
Or both, yeah.
Let's go with both. I'm going to do this.
All right.
I think you slip and fall, right? And so we just see you give tumble down through the air for a brief second, and then just hitting the polished tile floor below, and just a horrible thud. And I think we hear give yelp in pain. And I'm gonna get you to roll a 0 harm move for me.
Okay. Yep. So I never remember how to do this. So I do roll 2d6 plus 0.
Yep.
Okay. 6.
All right. Cool. That's good. In which case you don't lose anything. That's fine. But yeah, you make a bit of a sound, and I think someone rolls open one of the roller doors, right? And this older man peers through and looks at you, and his eyes go wide. And yeah, he gestures for you to come in. He's only got the roller door open a foot and a half or whatever. He's bent down, and you see him like be like, oh, "What's that? Oh, there's a child! Quickly, come!"
I know you're shaking your head, Mito, but this is exactly the thing I was looking for. So I'm gonna do that. So I sort of like look at him and kind of like nod and scramble over.
Cool, awesome. And yeah, you head inside, and yeah, inside there are all these people, like working at like pulling apart chain link fence. There's this huge thing of chain link fence, and they're like unweaving it, and yeah, and you can see they're like he's in this corner up against like in the entranceway, and he's like, wait, like, and like gets you to stay where you are, and then he goes back to the thing, to the like workstation, and keeps working on the chain link fence as if you weren't there. And you can see there's like probably like there's like five people working on this chain link fence, like unraveling it. And yeah, they're just doing that. You can't see the whole room from where you are.
Okay.
But they're all working silently.
Okay. Also, for visual reference, I've changed my look to be sort of someone who looks maybe a little bit like Malaysian in heritage, sort of dark hair, and boyish.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the look that I'm wearing.
Sure. The people in here are of like multiple different backgrounds and ages. No strong young men though, or even like strong young women. It's like youngsters or older folk.
Right. This is exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. My little child brain is like, yes, I knew it. Unaware of any kinds of twists or catches that could be awaiting me. So, yeah, I think, so I can sort of see these people, but this old man seems to want me to be quiet and not be noticed, and I can't see the whole room from where I am.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that there might be somewhere in here authority figures of some kind that he is trying to keep me out of sight of.
Presumably.
So if I can still kind of see him, I want to try and like, or maybe have the other people that are working, have any of them seem to have noticed me yet, or have they not really noticed me either?
Based on your 8 earlier, I'm not going to like say that anyone else has noticed you.
Okay. Who's nearest to me?
The old
man.
Indian guy that like let you in.
Okay. I think I'll wait in the corner for like 5-10 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of observe.
If you're there for like more than a minute, one of the kids like looks up from the work they're doing and like sees you and goes, oh, right, and like they notice you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I like sort of like wave to them, but
they do like a thing where they cover their eyes and go back to what they're doing, but like you hear someone walking over in those same heavy boots.
Okay, I'm gonna approach are they doing this on a table or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big table.
Okay.
It's made out of like pallets and things just stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
Like this room is nowhere near as clean as the other one was. There's like all of the like you can see that they've hung like kerosene lamps for the lighting from like whatever like hanging light electrical fixtures there were, and like the room is just filled with the smell of like human sweat and work. The floor is not dirty so much as grimy. It's like oil and dust mixed into a kind of pastel, like mostly along where people are standing, and like I think there are like small, deep gray green plants that are like trying to grow up through the cracks of the between the walls and the cement floor.
Wow. Okay. Well, if I'm able to reach some of the chain link fence on the table, I think I'm going to just sort of like take a step forward and try to like mimic what they're doing. Just try to pretend that I'm there working.
Cool. All right. So like as soon as you do that, like between like doing that and like the child looking up, yeah, you see one of these. You see another woman in this like white polo shirt, khakis, and Doc Martens combo. Again with I think she has a different gun. It's probably just a Glock or something. But yeah, she like carries it very importantly as she comes over to look what's going on. And yeah, and she like sees you and she's like, and like I think she just walks up to you and she's, no, she definitely like points the gun at you and is like, and then like walks up to you while holding it, like pointed at you until it's like just here in front of you, and she's like, you there, what are you doing here? You're not part of this crew.
I look terrified, partly because I am terrified, but I like really like, play it up, get my biggest like, giant kid eyes and kind of like, shake a little bit, and then yeah, I think I sort of look I think I don't look at her, I look at like the gun, but I speak to her and I say, I was told to come here. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, and the old I think the old Indian dude is like like turns around and he's like this kid isn't making any trouble. He's helping out. He's not his shift, sure, but he's a hard worker. And like yeah, and like you can see him like trying to diffuse the situation for you. And like
I love this old man.
And he's got
It's
like
gonna be so sad when he dies.
yeah. And yeah, you
I've
can
seen
see
this
that
movie.
that like yeah, he's got like a bunch of scars all down one side of his face and like in like the hair on the side of his head that like interrupts his hair and stuff. And she like looks at him and she's like you're an idiot, old man. You just let anyone come in here? There's security protocols. And he's like, it's a kid. What is a kid going to do? Yeah, and like, yeah, she kind of looks back. She's like, you working this shift then?
Yeah, or I can go somewhere else if you want me to go somewhere else.
She's like, well, she's like, what crew are you supposed to be on?
I'm not sure. I didn't listen when they said properly. I had a headache. And I just like really play up the like, I'm a stupid kid.
Yeah, and she's like, you don't know what crew you're supposed to be in. All right, out of here. And yeah, she just like she like points towards the door.
Okay. As I leave, I like flick the old man a like thank you stare.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And, yeah, I'll follow her.
Yeah, so she like leads you out of this room and into like a much larger warehouse area. It's not actually it's actually like the lower level of like a 2-story car park, but it's like just filled with people doing work on like crates and like barrels, and like there are people who are like going through and sorting out like big things of clothes and like stuff full of and like boxes of like food and stuff, and just lots and lots of people doing work. And yeah, there are and like probably like 1 in like 12 people standing around is one of these polo shirted figures with various different guns, but like if there's 2 of them standing together, they always have matching guns. But yeah, takes you out into this area and like leads you like through it into this like this carpeted room that has like blue lights and a whole bunch of it's a we would recognize it as what was once a bowling alley, but all of the like all of the like lanes have got mattresses laid into them, and like there are people sleeping on on all of these mattresses, and
I love how excited you two are.
Look, I love.
Yeah, mattresses in a bowling alley.
I love me some strong post-apocalyptic imagery. Okay,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
judge me.
absolutely.
I just really love bowling.
That's the most Jimmy thing I think I've ever
Like
heard
you're
in my
like,
life.
bowling alley. I love
Bowling alley,
I
it's-
sleep in a bowling alley. Even better, I could live in a bowling alley. Amazing. Sorry.
so like yeah,
Tension thoroughly.
Yeah.
So there's
okay.
there's like the desk area with like the office behind it, and this woman takes takes you up to the person behind the counter, and this very very overweight guy, with like he's got like just covered in like piercings and things, and like it's clear that like. He's taken the option of I'm going bald and gone with no, I'm having 2 mohawks.
Yeah.
I knew a guy like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Once.
Yeah, and so like he like does like a snort and like looks down at you, and like his his giant like vest like coat thing, made out of like red and blue, like many pieces of red and blue leather all stitched together. And he leans over, and he's like, what's this? Fresh meat, Kara? This person, the person that escorting you, is like, well, the kids said they didn't know what crew they were on. And he's like, and like yeah, like there's like a weird noise that happens in both his nose and his mouth, and like he's like. Do you see that face on my wall? And like yeah, there's like just the wall is covered in like pictures of like sketches of people's faces and like details written about them. And he's like that's not one of our kids. Where'd you get them? Yeah, and there's like a brief interaction.
Yeah, I don't know what you're mouthing. You're saying something excitedly to me, and I don't know what it.
Well, no, I'm just you've walked into a room full of pictures of kids that are supposed to be there.
Yes, I know. It is very, very useful.
I got very excited about that.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and he's like, and Kara, and like Kara's like, look, it's not my problem. You deal with that. And if it's fresh meat, you put him through the program, and then you send him out to us. Get him on a crew, get him working, and like he's like. Put him through the program. Just put him through the program. It's fine. You there? What's your name, kid? And like yeah, the woman with the gun starts to leave.
Umar?
And he's like, what kind of a name's that? That's a ridiculous name. What you doing here? How'd you get in here?
I was told that there was jobs, and I'm good at things like listening and going in through small places and taking messages. So I came to work.
He's like, sir, I like that. And he's like, you hear that, Mundy? I got called sir by this kid. And like, yeah, you just hear a woman out the back be like, yeah, so shithead. And like, and he's like, all right, kid, we'll find something useful for you. You say you got prickly fingers? You reckon you're quick?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And he's like, all right, well, and like, he's like, first off, let's see how lucky you are, and like takes you over to like this like big machine, right? It's about like probably a meter and a bit across. It's got a glass dome over the top, and like you hear, and he's like, start up the machine, Mundi, and you hear like someone flick a big electric switch, and this thing lights up, and you can see that like on the glass they've drawn like a bunch of things that like that say like wire work or patrols or sniffers, right? And then there's one that just has like and then there's just one that has a big like skull and crossbones. He's like, and he's like, and you can see that like there's like little lights going around this like in this circle inside the big dome. And he's like, all right, kid, let's see how lucky you are. Hit that button.
Okay. I will do as the man says.
Cool. Yeah, you go up, you hit the button, music starts playing, and a light starts going around and around and around and around, and then it starts to slow, and then it starts to crawl to a glacial pace, and then it goes to the skull and crossbones, and then it ticks just past it. And he's like, all right, you're not that lucky, but you're not dog meat. Let's see how you do. He's like, let's see how you do. Checking out. I feel like I'm trying to work out what would he call it?
We will help you, Ash. We will be your hive brain.
Yeah, I think he's like, let's
this.
see how you do with a little bit of broken glass and wild animals. And I think we leave it there for the break.
What the hell does that mean?
Gee, this sounds like a good environment for children to be in.
Yeah.
I tell you, I read through the national childcare regulations very recently, and none of this is up to scratch.
Really? They don't.
I bet no one even has their Cert 3 to have those 4-year-olds on the premises.
What about the
betcha.
wild animals? What about the animal handling stuff that's coming in like as well?
I do
Like,
believe that actually having animals is fine. Pretty sure that's fine in the regulations.
I'm 90% sure that depends on the animal that we're dealing with here.
Oh,
Tigers.
dog, it's fine.
Tigers are children.
Dogs are fine. Dogs are fine. It's okay.
All right, so we close. I think we close on on Give being led by Newton in his bowling shoe shirt, bowling shoe coat, and like through like just a big doorway into darkness. And I think that's where we break for the minute, and we'll
Awesome.
come back in a minute. Time for a quick tea break.